Hello, all my fellow Floridian drivers, and those of you not in Florida. I want to ask you a simple question. Do you have a standard Florida license plate if you're in Florida? Or do you have a specialty license plate, or perhaps even a personalized license plate? I'm going to go over those and what the differences are in a second. But first, I just want to talk about what kind of got me wanting to make this video and why I'm excited for what was announced several months ago. But first off, let me talk about why I actually had this idea. And that starts off with this right here. This is the Florida license plate for Disney World. So I am a native to Florida and I drive around, and I've seen this plate on many, many vehicles. There you go. You can see it right there. And I've seen this plate and I thought to myself, man, wouldn't it be cool if I had a universal license plate on my car? And unfortunately, there hasn't been one up until now. So again, this plate isn't bad. I'm just, I'm more of a Universal fan, and I had a Disney pass, which we actually just let expire last month. And we'll probably eventually get one again. But for now, Universal is where it's at for us. So with that said, let's go over to the Universal website. So right here at the top, you can see in the banner the Florida license plate for Universal. This one was actually announced back in October of 2024. However, the design was actually released in December of 2024. So prior to that, it was just an announcement and official announcement that it went on pre-sale, and then the actual design came out, which I was super excited about when I first saw it. And part of the reason for that is because number one, I absolutely love blue. Both my cars are blue. And number two, I absolutely love Universal Orlando. So with that said, this plate to me works out great. I know there were some people online that were kind of complaining and saying, well, they should have used some kind of IP. They own all this different IP. They should have put something on there to make it a little bit more exciting, or maybe even an Epic Universe license plate. I don't disagree with a lot of those. However, I also don't feel like that represents Universal specifically. And I think this represents Universal perfectly because it's the Universal globe, and everyone knows that globe. Whether you love the design or not, I think it's amazing. You can let me know in the comments below what you think. But it's not just about the license plate. Getting a specialty license plate will actually help you donate, intentionally or unintentionally, to a specific organization. In this case, Universal has tied it to the Give Kids the World Village organization. And just for clarity here, you can see Disney right there on the website has theirs go to Make-A-Wish. So every single specialty license plate is essentially tied to an organization, whether it's a Universal, a Disney, or like my other one is like a Wilderness plate for my car. I've seen surfing plates, and I've seen Miami Hurricanes plates, and all kinds of different license plates. So each one is tied to a specific organization. So I'm not going to spend too much time going through this whole thing. I'll leave the links below for all the information on Give Kids the World. But essentially, they've been in partnership with Universal for over 30 years, which is an amazing and actually a pretty decently long time for two companies to actually have ties with each other. But essentially, it's a place for families to bring their kids if they have some kind of illness or medical situation, and essentially they take the kids there to kind of give them a wishful kind of experience. It's an inclusive resort from what I can tell. And more information could be found on their website here. I won't go too in depth with it because this video will end up being way too long, but tons of information on their website. And I'm glad that they're actually supporting something like this versus some other random, I don't know, Margaritaville or something. I don't know. Nothing against Margaritaville. It's just, I don't feel like, personally, I want to support that. I'd rather support something like this, which to me, thankfully, I've never had to use before. And hopefully I never have to use, but it's an amazing organization from what I can tell on the surface. So scrolling down a bit on their website, it's a pretty straightforward and simple website. You have the design, you have the link for the pre-sale voucher online, and then you have the option for the pre-sale voucher in person. It'll tell you how to do that. A little bit more about Give Kids the World Village information, and then your simple FAQs. I'm not going to run through all of these FAQs, but essentially I'm just going to kind of touch base on a few of them. So starting off, the pre-sale voucher, what is it? Basically, it's a voucher that you purchase for the new design, and it is, their goal to hit 3,000 reservations of those vouchers. And once they hit that, they'll go ahead and put this plate into production. Pre-sale vouchers. This one costs $33. They're all $33. You'll see that in a second when I get to the website. You will not receive a printed voucher. So take a screenshot after you, go ahead and reserve yours. It's also going to be in your email, so you don't even have to do that, but you won't get a physical paper or anything saying that you reserved this specific license plate. How will you get your plate after you purchase the voucher? Well, like I said, once it goes into production, once those 3,000 pre-sale vouchers are sold, then you can either contact your local DMV, as soon as it's available, or you can wait until you're ready to renew, and then you go ahead and redeem your voucher at that time. Who can purchase? Basically anybody that lives in Florida. Even if you don't live in Florida, you can purchase it for someone that lives in Florida. They just have to have a vehicle registered in the state of Florida in order to use this license plate. So sorry for those of you who are not in Florida. That's unfortunate, but get a best friend or a family member, or just move to Florida. What happens if a specialty license plate doesn't meet pre-sale? I know there's some people that are a little concerned about the 3,000 number and wondering what happens if they don't hit that number. Essentially, you get a refund. So you get a refund of the $33, which is the cost of the pre-sale voucher. There are some administration fees, which I'll go over in a second. You don't get those back, but it's only like $2, so it's not that big of a deal. And we got plenty of time still to go ahead and make this happen as well. Once the specialty plates are in production, will the pre-sale voucher purchasers have to pay any additional fees? Again, if you have to, renew your license plate or anything of that nature, then of course you're going to have to pay for those fees. But essentially, you're just going to redeem the voucher, and then you're going to go ahead and get that license plate from the DMV or from the state. How long will it take to sell 3,000? I'll click on this link in a moment so you can see the current numbers. But essentially, my understanding is that since this went into or was announced for the pre-sale in October 2024, I believe there's 2 years in order for them to hit this number. And if they don't hit that number, that's when it becomes a situation where it gets canceled and you get refunded. So hopefully we don't get to that point. So we still have some time. It's only been several months, but 3,000. Pretty simple goal to hit, I think. I'm actually shocked that we haven't hit the number already, and I'll go over those numbers in a second. And how can you purchase it? Can you purchase it online or your county tax collector? So I don't live in any of these counties here, but all you can do is click on the Orange County, and then you can essentially reserve it that way in order to get your pre-sale order done. So I clicked on Orange and just followed the steps, and it doesn't matter what county you live in, but you can still order it from any of those, or in person at your DMV if you feel like going through that headache. So going here, I'm going to show you the pre-sale data so far as of February 3rd. Today is February 13th. So the data is about 10 days old as of the recording of this video. And scrolling down, you can see Universal is right here. They currently have 525 pre-sale vouchers reserved, still with 2,475 remaining. So again, plenty of time to get that number to the 3,000 mark. I'm really surprised that there's not even a comma on there yet with as many Universal fans as they are, or how many people say they're fans. But definitely still time to get that done, and hopefully it happens sooner than later, because I want my new license plate, and the sooner we can hit that number 3,000, the sooner I can sooner I can get my license plate. And going back here to the website, how to pre-order. So over here, if you click on that link, it'll take you to this website, and then you can scroll down to the bottom because it's alphabetical, and you can see the Universal Orlando Resort license plate here at the bottom, $33, and then you could just hit purchase. Once you do that, you can put in your license plate. I already did this earlier, just testing it out, and then you hit add to cart, and then once you do that, it goes to your cart, and then you can fill out the rest of your information. So you can put in all the info for your name. You can put in your card information, and the street address and all that fun stuff, email, phone number. And then right here at the bottom, you can see it says $2.50. That's going to be the administration fee. So that's the fee that you're not going to get back if this does not go into production after those 2 years. So just kind of keep that in mind. You'll get the $33 back. You just won't get the $2.50 back. And then you just hit review payment. So it's as simple as that to order the new Universal Orlando license plate. And one other thing I want to mention, because I kind of started, or I mentioned it earlier, but I didn't actually go over it. In Florida, you have the specialty license plate, which is this special designed license plate. And then you also have what's called a personalized plate. So I have a specialty personalized license plate on one of my vehicles. So I added a custom text to it. You can still do that to these plates, so you don't have to get stuck with whatever randomness that they give you. You can go ahead and reserve it and put in the custom text. If you don't already have a personalized license plate, then what you want to do is get a personalized license plate, kind of like I did prior. So that way the specific text that I wanted wasn't reserved ahead of time or by somebody else. And then once I had that and it was locked in for me, then I went ahead and, ordered the specialty license plate. So that's how I did it. You don't have to do it that way, but I just didn't want to take any chances for my own license plate. There is some additional fees to that, I believe. I did mine so long ago, I don't remember what those fees are. I apologize. But they're minimal fees, and I believe it's a one-time fee, because the only thing that you're paying each year is around $20-ish when you go to renew. That goes towards the organization, and again, in this case, it's Give Kids the World Village. So anyways, just wanted to talk about that real quick and how to reserve the license plate if you're in the state of Florida. And now you know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this content, I have a lot more content coming. We went on some cruises last year that I haven't finished editing and uploading, including a trip over to Europe, which included a theme park over there, which we were pretty excited about, and we had a lot of fun. So if you like those kind of videos, just general random travel videos or talking about theme parks and stuff, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and hit the little bell for the notification, so that way you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Have a great day.